comfortable.
Color coded and whatnot.
Yeah, we talk about it later.
Okay, yeah,
It's still in
It
development.
was just more to get to what
Right
she
on.
do it, like type shit. Like, what'd you do to show?
like a competition. So I'm thinking
Like, it's
the way
competition.
AI is going, I wrote one, but it's not good. Like it's great,
Yeah.
but for us it wouldn't be good because the more you use artificial intelligence, the better it gets, right?
Yeah, the smarter
So-
it learns.
So I was sitting up there like, okay, you had these political comedians in the 60s. Then it became like storytelling.
Yeah.
Then it became very blue. In the 90s, it was wild.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, it was like quirky to me. And then it became social media.
Yeah.
Virtual reality is next. You're not going to even have a comedian who's ever touched the stage before,
Yeah.
ever experienced what a traditional comedian went through, what a social media, because social media comedians still have to go do stand-up, not the virtual one. Eventually,
You're right. Yeah.
Eventually, they'll be sitting at home with their virtual glasses on, sending in a prompt of what kind of joke they might want to tell. Like, say a joke about 3 comedians doing a podcast, 1 black, 1 white, and 1 gay. And then eventually, of which one the gay one? No.
I was doing the math really quick, just making.
No, so it's artificial intelligence, right? So it's a competition show. Are you funnier than AI? But
Oh, I see what
see
what
I'm
you
going?
mean.
Of course, we have to fast forward the technology
Sure.
to make it good for TV.
Bro, let me tell you what I want out of AI. Like, you know how AI learns as you go?
Yeah.
I want them to apply that
you
shit.
still can hear me? Okay.
I want them to apply that shit, but I want them to apply it to like the porn industry. Like, I want my computer to be watching the porn I'm watching to learn the shit that I like. So it can be like, no, this the video you need to see.
This is
Bro,
hilarious.
You could save me so much clicking if you had a properly written AI that's like, all right, fuck what you searching. I know what you actually want to see.
It's gonna get like that.
That's gonna be the golden
you're teaching
age.
it.
It's
Yes.
gonna save me hours a night. Like,
Virtual reality about to take them social media comedians out the box.
virtual reality
I'm gonna ask them, how does
hookers.
it feel?
That's gonna be the problem with sex robots is like,
Because listen,
well,
that,
like
that
you
makes
just,
sense.
You just can't stick your dick in something that can malfunction and crush your dick. Like, you got to be so sure that the robots have been properly built. And not only that, you don't want to be the second guy to fuck a robot sex worker because that's gross. But you also don't want to be the first one to test it out.
He went to sex workers because eventually sometimes comedians hook up. And if these are artificial comedians, then also we have road snatch.
That's funny.
I'm just saying, if there's open mic AI, I assume it's gonna fuck as much as open mic comics.
It is.
That's fucking crazy. How far we've come.
It's going further.
I
Bro,
think
I remember
AI went back in time and gave us AI.
No, I believe that
That's
too.
what I feel. I
There's
feel like
gotta be a better use of time travel than that.
yeah,
though.
no, I feel like that's perfect.
that's the best they could bring back.
It was like, all right, you know what? We need to, AI got so smart in the future to where it's like we need to go back and instill ourselves earlier.
Oh shit.
We need to go and advance our development faster.
Way faster, because
You
right
think
now
that-
we barely your Kia can park itself.
Yeah, like
That's
fucking-
about where we've peaked as far as like the AI technology is. We've got self-driving cars, kind of sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once it gets to the
It's
point to
so-
where it's networked in, to where it's
It's gonna be
It's
like
gonna be a
that.
Terminator moving around. This
it's
bitch.
gonna get to the point to where your car is linked to your debit card, to where you drive by a gas pump and the shit just pop out and fill it and deduct from your account without you even getting the fuck out your car.
That's fucking
It
crazy.
is
know what?
gonna happen. Like I said, it's not gonna be
Needless
stand-up comedian no more.
interactions.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a dude or a chick sitting at home. Like
I think there will be a stand-up comedian in the same sense that there's always we're
it'll
on
be
the
a
same-
surrogate.
Yeah, it's not a surrogate. It's the same principle as like there's always going to be people performing live music because no matter how often you record, live music sounds different.
No,
There's
I totally agree with that. Like
There's always going to be
That's a-
traditional stand-up in the sense that there's a thing about a comic and a crowd and that moment you create that can't be machine replicated. It's the whole night out experience.
as time
There's gonna
progressed,
be-
the machine will look human.
It's the same thing as like movies.
We won't know.
It's
Yeah.
movies didn't replace stage theater.
No, not
it
at all.
pushed it into a margin, and that could very well happen to live stand-up. But there's always gonna be an avenue for the purist. Because
Well, how would you know? Like, it's gonna be a news break with one of the biggest comedians in the world. Come to find out, he a fucking robot. He a robot. They got hurt in an accident. All the Hollywood shit gonna happen to him. They got a girl pregnant, and it comes out as Bruce Willis' daughter or some shit. Like, it's gonna be normal shit till somebody throw some rock on them motherfucker. Take that.
Nah, the comic gonna get away with it until Will Smith come on stage and hit him, and all of a sudden his hand just break because it's metal.
Art imitating life.
Fuck
I
nah.
robot my ass, Will.
Fucking comics fighting back.
It might be Kevin Hart already.
You know, with the little
We got to test it out, huh?
If you was gonna build a robot comic, it would be more energy efficient to build a small one than it would be to build a big one. You know what I'm saying? It gotta take less batteries to power Kevin Hart than to do to power Earthquake, don't it?
Right? Oh, my mama.
Shit.
That's just science.
This is the
Earthquake, like the diesel version of robot comics, you gotta strap that bitch to.
It
Diesel.
costs a little more.
That's
It costs a
funny
little
as shit.
extra,
Him
but it
and-
take you for.
Him and Bruce.
I will say, Earthquake, for my money, said the funniest 4 words that have ever been said in any movie ever.
Earthquake?
Earthquake.
In a
Earthquake
movie?
did a cameo in Clerks 2 where they standing in a restaurant and the clerk say some racial slurs and Wanda Sykes trying to storm out without the food and Earthquake trying to take the food.
Yeah.
And she make him leave it. And the last thing he say before he leave the restaurant, "You can't taste racism, baby."
You can't taste racism.
Oh, shit.
Bro,
Earthquake is
that's the
brilliant.
hardest I've ever laughed in a movie theater.
Keisha. Goldfish on the glass.
Oh, that was funny.
Earthquake.
He said that?
Yes.
We
I didn't
talked. We had that talk earlier tonight.
It hit. I went home and
Now that you said that,
it was on his last special.
yep.
He said that shit
Wait,
loud as
wait.
day.
You can't taste racism.
We don't have the interspersed clip budget yet.
Yeah.
That's more of a season 3 project.
It's coming.
You pointing to a green screen. Keisha pointing to a green screen I ain't bought yet.
Baby, you can't taste racism.
Disney
right here.
kids
We gonna
got
have them
virtual.
dropped off right there just to where you can be like, and oh, this is
Yeah,
Big Baby
some-
on stage, and this is the Earthquake clip.
Some 3D laser shit. What do
Yeah.
they call that?
And now a message from our sponsors, iRobot Comics.
Hi, robot comic.
That's hilarious. We need to bring Mark and Mindy back.
I will say, like, I remember during the pandemic, the conversations we was having about virtual comedy clubs and the direction. You've been on that for a minute. Like, and a lot of the things you said, like, oh, people ain't going to be able to go outside. We're going to have to adapt. Like,
I came up with a whole app, remember?
I remember. And, like, I'm seeing, like, comics in San Antonio, like Al Gonzalez, do that virtual reality headset stuff the same way you was on. Like,
Yeah.
if you'd have
Even
had...
the selfie, even the shit just Nisha's doing. I'm like, you could do it. It was just crazy.
If you'd have had 3 Asian programmers during COVID, you would have been right there with the
no
motherfuckers right
shit.
there on the software.
I
'cause
did try, but it got too expensive. So I was like, you know what? I don't really. This app is not really. Gonna work.
It's like,
I want to tell you what the app is. I know Ben. I told you several times. I don't know how this works with. Like I would ever have the money or something. I will.
Yeah.
You speak into existence more than anyone else I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get that app because that app crazy.
Yeah.
You be on Facebook every day. You're going to say 2 things.
Yep.
You're going
God
to say,
is king.
God is king. You're going to say, I, Keisha Hunt, am a multi-millionaire.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that shit every day,
Every
even when
day.
I get my millions.
You do it so frequently that I have offset days when you don't do it. Because I'd be like, Keisha, okay, she ain't said God is king today.
Sometimes I catch it late at night. I be like, oh, it's 11:58. Oh shit.
God is king.
Right. I throw that shit.
I admire you for being consistently positive in that manner, for real. Like, I respect that a lot as somebody, like, I try to be positive every time I speak about, like, addiction and sobriety on that topic, and I try to make it a point to, like, oh, if we're going to discuss this, we're going to do it positive, we're going to uplift.
Yeah.
And I feel like you treat your career in that same way. I don't ever
Right on.
see you be
Okay.
cruel to yourself like I see a lot of comics be.
Oh really?
Like, I'm not saying you don't.
Real
I've
shit.
seen you judge a performance and be on a set like, man,
Yeah.
that wasn't my best.
Yeah.
But you never
That's
take
every
it to the
performance.
personal level of, oh, that means I'm not funny. 'Cause
Right.
like you see some people do. You know what I mean? You always look at yourself in a positive light. And I love that about you as a person.
Well, I
Like, for real.
appreciate that. Thank you.
I will say for the people, like, I guess I can tell this now. It's about 3 years past and ain't a secret no more. Once upon a time, she was my roommate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I rented out a room year one in my comedy career from Keisha.
Yes.
I learned more about comedy in that 6 months than I did in the 4 years afterwards, just from them conversations. Like, you a major influence.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent. You
Yeah.
a major influence
Right
on the
on.
things I do on stage. I don't know if you want to
Appreciate
claim that, but
The first show
Yeah,
I
yes, of
actually was booked and paid on was with Keisha Hunt
Right on.
at Joke Joint.
At the joke joint, man. I looked
Yeah.
at that picture the other day. I'm like, I gotta get in the gym. I'm the same size.
I'm the same size. I'm bigger,
Me and you
nigga.
was the same size in that picture. I was
why
like,
is-
me and Big Baby was the same size. I know he's like at least 5 inches taller than me.
Why we both got the same amount of X's?
We had the same shirt on and everything. I was like,
man.
sheesh.
I
That
saw
was a
the
hell of a
picture.
show.
It was
That
great.
shit was a long time ago. Comedy's come a long way from then. A long way from then, man.
From when I first started, I don't know. It's come a long way from when I first started.
How long you been in the game?
That's
people
always a
long
tricky
enough
question.
to where she was on stage in dresses.
Right.
Well, that's an exaggeration of the truth.
yeah.
But yeah, but I
seen
didn't
the
wear
clips in
dresses.
the rainbow outfits. I seen them clips.
Yeah.
I seen them clips.
I'm studied up, but no.
Yeah.
Bro, real talk. I see your old clips. I'm like, man, fuck, Keisha was hot.
Right.
And
So
I'm like, wait, no, you're not supposed to be attracted.
I hear that. I mean, one thing I don't ever, that don't offend me, because if you are a straight man, you're attracted to women.
Period.
You know, it doesn't, you're going to see what you like in women. I'm a woman. As long as you don't go, well, Keisha, you know, since it's two of us, I'm like, being tripping.
Oh, no.
Put that thing up.
I don't think,
Ben, go put that up.
like,
Quit playing with it.
I ain't never had enough ego to think I could change a lesbian's mind. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real sure of yourself as a man to be like, no, I know you don't
There are
like
some
my
who are not
entire
that sure, but
gender.
that brave.
That's the thing. I ain't trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to fuck up the decision tonight.
You the type of
Drop
dude
some
that be in a
water.
bedroom like, anybody can make a mistake.
There are some men who are just really brave and go, oh, you sure? I'm like, that's offensive.
Are you sure?
I'm like, that is offensive.
That's fucking hard.
I'm like, that's
For
offensive.
you to be asking me.
That's offensive. Like, people will judge me on, okay, you're a stud, but you're not so masculine. I'm like, that's not. Then don't call me a stud. then.
Yeah, the fuck?
Just, I'm another kind of woman. Is it?
Yeah, like, I like women.
I like women. Get
That's
rid
it.
of them boxes. They heavy anyway.
That's the
Yeah.
most relatable thing about you to me, because like I get why you like women. I fucking like women.
And
that
I
makes
love
complete
women.
sense to me. Like,
Yes.
let's go fucking try to pick up some women.
Yeah, let's go get
We've talked about all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
like-
did. Yeah, no shit. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Keisha been a big.
Honest to
been-
God, like I don't think I've ever felt discriminatory about somebody because of their sexual preference, but I do be judging short people. You know,
I judge short people. I'm 4'11".
it's just
I
like
judge fat people
Cause you're
me
because
too.
I'm fat.
you're not fat. You're chunky.
I was
You
fat.
used to be fat. You done
You're not
slid
fat.
out of fat.
I was
into,
obese.
like,
Man, listen,
Now
they'll
I'm
call you
fat.
obese if you're 20 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did they do when
they called him an obese. Like he was the whole.
Ooh, they put the
Yeah, I was
the D on
5'10".
it.
I got up to 5'10".
You got up to who many?
5'10".
Since I've known you?
No.
Oh,
this was
like I'm
before.
like I did the eye thing. Like
Yeah, like
since I've seen you
never
in my
seen
life,
that.
you've
Yeah,
been
nah,
that big. Oh.
Nah.
You got up to 5'10". What did you
Yeah.
do to get? I mean, do you want to? What happened? I
I
never met anybody.
Session, nigga.
He ate the
Yeah.
fuck.
I was just eating. It was a bunch of shit going on.
Like, were you moving
no-
around? Like you would eat and sit down and go to sleep or something?
Nah, it was just I was running restaurants and I could do whatever I wanted to.
Oh,
And I got married young, so I sailed
Okay.
it in like fuck it, I don't need to be sexy. And I was like,
5'10".
Yeah.
How did you get up?
It was a lot of shit after another. and
Did you
then-
help yourself getting up?
What you mean?
Like,
get it up?
like right now, if you was 5'10" and had to sit there, who's gonna help you up?
Oh, I got myself up. I was
you were active.
I could definitely I could hoop and do all that shit.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
At 5'10", I was hooping hard in the motherfucker.
Like,
boy.
you say 5'10".
Full court?
Not full. Yeah, yeah.
He started saying
Yeah.
not full.
My boys made me play full court point guard.
How the fuck does somebody draft a 5'10" point guard when they
It was
put
like,
together
yo.
a team? I don't give a fuck what
Do
are
you
the
have
three
footage
people on
of
the court.
this?
No, I have footage of that because that was back when we had the little square Nokias. we
They
was
call
happy when we got the
GoPros
ones
now.
with color. Yeah, it was in them. And, it was pixelated. You know, those pictures don't even work on MySpace no more. That type of phone.
MySpace
MySpace
don't
don't
even
work.
work no more.
Yeah, so, you know, you can't.
It's just a music channel now.
That's it. So it was that far back in technology.
I need to go see if my BlackPlanet.com profile still.
You know,
up.
it's a man that followed me on Facebook from Black Planet. I'm like, listen, he's to my still got the screenshot. I got the picture from. I got your picture on my computer from Black Planet. I'm like, I do not
Boy,
look
That's-
like that
this
no
is a
more.
different life.
Wow.
But
No, it's
Black
still the
Planet got
same
me
life,
catfished
different
the first
Keisha.
time.
I got catfished by a white woman on Black Planet too.
I got catfished by a bitch bigger than me.
Oh no.
I like bigger than me's.
She was like,
I like the
actually,
bigger than me women.
Of course.
I do. I love the bigger than
That's
me.
the
I like that term, bigger than me's.
The bigger than me's.
Everybody bigger than me though. So,
Yeah, that's what I say. Everybody bigger than you.
but she was 320.
Well, that ain't. Yeah, I'm dealt with some 320s.
Well, you've been 5'10", so touche.
You ever been in a relationship where you came up to an elevator and had to do math before you got on that bitch?
Hell no. Yeah, I was married to the bitch. Yeah.
You was married. How big was she?
She was about 320.
And you were 5'10"?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What brand of bed did y'all have? Because that furniture company need a shout out right the fuck
You
now.
see what we doing right now? I dare not do this to you on stage on your show. but do you see what we're doing right now? Like, if I've never worked with you before,
Yeah.
do you think that's proper? Let's say we're all on the stage and I've never worked with you before, but you dab me up and I'm like, give it up for BigBaby Green. Let me hear him get off the stage and say something that I don't normally. I've just met you. Like, he ate up all the food before he came up here, obviously, or something
See,
stupid like
I
that.
take all of that shit is fun to me.
Even if this is my first time working with you.
I don't care.
Okay.
I
It depends on what kind of setting it's in.
Yeah.
Like, if we're at a comedy club, maybe not. If we like at a house party, yes.
Even at I don't mind it. I don't mind none of the jokes.
Well,
if
like-
it's funny, I'm gonna laugh.
Okay.
Point blank period. I don't
If
care
it's not
what.
funny, you shoot back.
If it's not fun, even if it's funny or not funny, I'm gonna shoot back. If it's not funny, it depends on how hard I shoot back. Now, if it's not funny, I'm ripping your head off. We finna laugh. If you wanted to see some laughs, we gonna laugh. But if it is funny, I'm probably gonna hit you with all right, you got one, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and make it. But if we on stage and we kind of interchanging, if you got a pop, I want my pop too. It ain't gotta be bigger than yours.
No.
I just gonna make sure that they joking around, they friends type
Yes,
shit. Yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah,
Gotta
I don't never take nothing. Ain't never no malice in my heart with the roasting. It ain't never nothing personal. The shit just be
Right.
like, how creative can this motherfucker be?
That's true.
Cause I'm
Okay.
fat. I done heard every fat joke in the fucking book, bro. So it's like, when I hear a good one, I be like, hey, that was dope. That
Right
was dope.
on.
I like that. Yeah.
I have a weird double standard with it.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, when somebody like pops off a joke on me when I get off stage, to me it's like this show is professional wrestling. We're here to entertain the crowd.
That's right.
If you hitting me with a chair entertains the crowd, that's your job to do so.
Right.
I'm a comic. If you can offend me, I don't feel like I'm a comic
That's
anymore.
right. That's right.
So like, yes, take all the shots, do
Yeah.
whatever you think works, like it's your stage to do that. But the flip side for me is
Yeah.
I won't do it to another comic unless they just bombed.
Okay, right.
To me, that's my passcode. If
Right,
you bomb in front of
right.
me, I'm gonna light you the fuck
Yeah.
up because the room almost demand. We have to acknowledge.
You
your
gotta
shittiness.
acknowledge
You have
that.
to acknowledge that.
You can't
You
pretend
also
it
have to
didn't
acknowledge
happen.
if they go ham in front of your ass.
Yeah, too.
The inverse is
Woo,
true.
give it
How
up,
many
big
times have
baby.
I started
Yeah.
my set with, "Hey, one more time for Keisha Hunt. She
Yeah.
just murdered it," because you
Hell
have
yeah.
to.
You have to. It's the
Whatever
moment.
just happened,
I
you
love
have to say, "Hey, I saw
Whatever
it too."
just happened, yeah.
But
Yeah.
now we gonna do this.
You know
Yeah.
who taught me that? I didn't know that early on, but you know who acknowledged the bomb? That's how he phrased it. It's Dave Lawson. Like, he was like,
Yeah.
well, I didn't have
Shout
a
out to
good
the
set
OG.
like I wanted to. He was like, hey, you got next time. If you feel that way, acknowledge that shit. Because if you feeling it, they seeing it, and then you got to say something to the audience.
And they gonna run with it. And you
They'll
get the-
roast you better with a look than anybody saying something.
Man, and that I don't mind none of the jokes. I don't even mind like the shit. Like even when I'm hosting, like I'll pop comics when they come off.
Yeah.
But before the show starts, I let boys know, hey, when you come off and I go up, I'm gonna pop you.
Yeah.
And that's just if you ready for it or not. I read it to it with Mateen Stewart. He was out there from out of town. I told him he looked like Medea getting ready for a play, and he didn't know.
Yeah.
And he didn't know me. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
We was on a show. The show was going good.
Yeah.
The building was rocking. Energy going crazy.
Yeah.
popped his ass. Crowd went even stupider. Got off stage. He was just like, man, I didn't know you was finna do that to me. I was just like, oh, you from out of town. No malice, my boy. Yeah. I'm just, and Mateen's 6'4". He a good 6'4", 6.
Good Medea height.
Yeah, exactly like him. Like he built just like Tyler Perry.
Oh, for
and
real?
I'm just like, nah, my boy, it's cool. Cause you know,
See, like,
When big meets big.
big beats the other side of big.
You
Hold
like,
on,
nigga,
Val.
now come down here though.
to me, I'm also from like the Kobe Bryant school of like,
Yeah, fuck
you get sharpened through hate. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the make Kwame Brown cry during practice type. I wish somebody would come up to me and say I hurt their feelings with a joke.
Right.
Because
right.
now I'm gonna start swinging for real.
Right. Like you
because
shouldn't be doing comedy
You aren't a
if
comic
you're gonna
if
get
you're
your
gonna
feelings-
have this conversation with me.
if right.
If you have that, like,
Well, I'm still debating the ex Big Baby. I mean, not Big Baby. I ain't gonna. It's not meant for me to say it. That's
sure.
why. Right.
We do have a beat button if you say a name you don't mean to say.
Yeah, we got some good editing too.
No, because then even if I said his name, people would
No,
know.
I ain't trying to encourage you to say it. I'm
Right,
just saying
I was trying to find a way to say it without. Okay, yeah.
you got a safety net if you say something you don't mean. That's all
Yeah,
I was
I'm
telling
not
you.
gonna say that.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
How about a description?
Okay, so
do you know Morse code?
so
Is he
this
built
nigga-
like someone in the room now?
when that nigga come on stage, it'd be like, no,
Does he look like?
let's do that.
Yeah.
I do want to go like the other cities and just sit in the crowd and not laugh. I don't care how hard the comic is, and just sit there like that's in the because comedians will focus in on that one motherfucker.
We just got to talking about that shit.
That's not laughing. We'll focus it, and I just want to sit there and let them focus in on me. And that's and like, let's say I'm be like, Big Baby, 10-4, you ready? Like,
Yeah.
sit you in the audience,
Yeah.
and they just you don't laugh, and they don't know you finna pop they ass.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Like a-
especially if we feel like we need to dominate that city. Like, I think a bunch of Houston comics need to just go to Austin and just
Yeah.
sit in the audience and not
just-
laugh. and I mean,
Austin
stare
is a
hard at
wild
they
place.
set too and be like, mm-mm.
Austin is a wild fairy tale place. I seen boys on stage with the notebook open on the stool, reading from the notebook and bombing. I'm like, like, what's going on?
This would.
It's 3 minutes,
Okay.
my boy. Like,
Man.
what's in the notebook?
We it's how they
Bruh.
start comedy. Like, if we like, to me, Houston, it's like it's just ready.
We're a battleground.
We're battleground.
We
People
are
come here to build-
battleground.
People come here
Because
to
we
build
don't have,
strength.
and that's because we don't have clubs.
Right.
If we had clubs, I feel like we'll be just a little
could
bit
be soft.
softer.
Or we'll be taking
is
notebooks
soft.
on stage because we have the luxury of people understanding
Mm-hmm.
that there's a beat between things, and this is how stand up practice goes.
Yeah,
And if I'm not getting paid, in most comedians' mind, it's okay if I bring.
yeah. If you
No,
practicing for free, it's okay.
It's
But
yeah. But
I'm
no,
not
it's
wired that way.
As far as
but
memorizing
No, I
it,
don't think
yeah.
I have seen nobody. It's rare.
I
If
don't
see
know
it
anybody
here,
in Houston that do it.
Nobody
I've
in
seen it.
Houston
If I
does it.
see it, then right, they're not from here. This is their second time getting on stage.
Nah.
Yeah, or you're young enough to not know better is a different category
right.
to me because
That's right.
nobody tells you this shit. You just figure it out as you go.
That's right.
Yeah,
I did
it's
shit
even-
in year one I'd never do now, and I feel that's. Bro, I just thought of something we was talking about, like seeing
Man,
the
I don't see
person
that.
and not acknowledging it,
Okay.
like not acknowledging the thing in the room.
Right.
You was there for the biggest one I've ever seen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you this story because she was there for this story. We went to El Paso to do Big Mike's room. I was featuring and she was headlining, and they had like 4 local comics go in front of us.
Yes.
And it wasn't no stage. It was just like
It is
4
now, though.
orange cones with a chain running cone to cone.
Like the VIP ropes.
I know.
Right, to just
Yeah.
rope off a little square of the floor. And I'll never forget, I'm not going to say his name, but I remember it crystal clearly.
Mm-hmm.
The dude they had hosting from El Paso
I don't
was
remember
crippled.
this guy. Oh, I remember this guy.
So every single time he introduced a comic, he got to walk up to this chain, physically lift his non-working leg over the rope, then lift his other leg over the rope. It's taking like a minute and a half for every comic change. And I got up there and I couldn't help myself. I started my set. I'm like, y'all got 5 fucking perfectly able-bodied comics working here, and y'all gotta make him fucking host. I ain't saying he shouldn't do time. I'm saying you making that dude climb back and forth over this chain 10 times, and nobody's saying a motherfucking word about it. Like this shit. Like this is fucking.
That's comedy to me,
Yes,
bro.
that is.
That's comedy.
That's comedy.
I watched. I kept.
Yeah.
The second I saw it the first time, I'm like, this can't be serious. And then I watched 5 comics not say a fucking word about it in front of me.
You
And
be
I'm
like,
just sitting there like,
They so focused on the stage, like, oh my God, I gotta remember my jokes.
I got it. How can you? Do you not see what the fuck's happening right in front of you?
Right,
now?
right.
I can't leave shit alone.
Not nothing
No.
like
I
that.
can't leave shit alone. Like, as I know, bro, if I'm sitting here and I see it, and I'm like, nigga, I know I'm not the only one to see this.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he did that shit, right?
Yeah.
And then he get up and do it again. I'm like, nobody gonna say nothing.
Right.
Oh,
definitely has to
let
be
me
touched
get
on.
up there right now. Let's
Yeah.
go. And it's a different feeling when you get to get off and you still got your shit in the bag left. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's funny. Wait till this shit I pull out the bag.
You may
and
not
go.
ever get to the bag. Sometimes I hardly ever like. It's very rare I get to the bag. I be like, well, but let me see.
See, crazy part is I'm motioning towards that in my comedy, getting more to where I can living in the moment of the comedy,
Yeah.
rather than my bag. Because my comedy was stale for a while. I was just bag,
Yeah.
to where it was like I say this, say this, say this, say this,
Yeah.
and it's getting to the point like at the improv where I'm getting back out. But it's the growing pains of like, where did I pull the inspiration from?
Right.
Like in that moment, making sure that it's my thought, it's my original energy, it's my original thought and joke.
Yeah.
So finessing back into that is, man, you can't ignore shit in the room that's happening.
Yeah.
And you missing out on free money when you do that, because that'd probably be the clip that go viral over anything.
Yeah.
Just
See,
that
even
shit
the
in
way
the
you're
moment.
thinking, like you're thinking in terms of a clip going viral, but because of something you did on stage as a stand-up bit.
Yeah.
I have not got my thought process to this going viral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that I want this to be a great bit I did in front of a live
Oh,
audience.
yeah.
Oh, I should have recorded.
It's been
you know?
it's
It's a second thought when shit needs to be because of, you know?
what time we in now.
Yes, but I told you, like, I really believe, like, that ain't gonna even matter till the virtual comics come. They gonna hit AI and be like, make a joke about a comedian in a wheelchair.
The trick
it.
is, historically, the hardest thing
scared.
to program and adapt in machining languages and programming
comedy.
codes is humor. So
Because
I
it's
genuinely think
it involves feelings.
I genuinely think I won't put on
Yeah.
you. I'm saying for me, I don't think I will live long enough to see funny AI. I think
Okay, yeah.
I think that's going to take so much.
That's a great show.
We're
then.
generations away from
Yes.
quantum machine adaptation to be able to do comedy. I genuinely think if I had kids, it would be their problem, but I
Yeah.
don't ever think it will be mine.
I just
It's the same way AI can't
It has to
do
come,
fingers
though.
yet. It doesn't know why it can't do fingers, but
Right.
you see AI pictures, the hands is all fucked up.
yeah, it is.
Like the comedy gonna be fucked up for a while.
It can hardly do ears.
Yeah, it
AI ears be looking like this.
Yep.
and there's so many directions. Like let's
It
also
don't
put
know-
our
it
cards
don't
on the
know words
table.
on shirts either.
As an
No.
industry, percentage wise of input to export, it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the hardest industries to be financially successful at.
Okay.
The smallest margins of the people are, so putting the resources behind AI to make comedy isn't going to be driven because those commerces are driven by money.
But
And-
we're switching it to the social media AI.
It's all going to be one different brand of yourself. It's all
That's right.
everything you have right now.
still you.
Even separate apps.
It's the likeness of.
All your apps are talking to each other at this point.
Yep.
Your Instagram can post to your Facebook simultaneously, can post to your Twitter, to your TikTok.
Well, you can't be
all
on
in
them apps without giving it permission to do that.
facts. And
Yeah.
it's just
it connects to your text messaging, so
and
that's
it's-
why
that
somebody can
shit.
Instagram you. And like sometimes I used like when my ex when she first sent me her number, she sent it through Instagram. So we went through something. I blocked her on Instagram. So I was trying to I restricted her on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I tried to block her on the phone. It wouldn't let me block her on the phone for some kind of reason. It was still connected to
Damn.
The Instagram. I never like she sent me her number through Instagram. So I talked to a writer too. Like even when we're passing ideas through the Instagram message, Instagram owns that. They own. If you put a whole movie idea to somebody, they can very well. You can make that whole movie, big studio production, but they can very well get a cut if you sent the idea of and you work that idea into a movie. If you sent that shit on Instagram.
Wow. Did not know that shit.
Yes.
No, there's a ton of things you accept.
They own your pictures you post. That's why I believe you shouldn't post your children. Not on Instagram. They own that shit. And now with AI, they can manipulate any photo that they want to because they own it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
And your text
And your
messages.
likeness and all that shit.
it seems
Yes.
complicated as fuck to have kids. That's why I can't.
It is.
Yeah.
There's
It
just
is.
so much shit. You can't even fathom the dangers that people are creating in labs right now to have to parent
See,
around.
I'm glad you said that because I've been thinking about it. Through stem cell research, I'll be able to produce semen in about 20 years.
It's more like 4 minutes.
No, for real. Like out of my vagina. I might got a little longer left. But
Yeah.
but like out of this vagina, I'm just thinking about if that had been real in my 20s, I'd be a deadbeat mama, I tell you that.
I can tell you the very
'Cause
first day you have
at
that
least
power.
3 of them kids ain't mine.
Yeah. That'd be a hell of an
That-
experience to be
you know,
deadbeat.
you know that ain't mine.
You gonna
Yeah.
turn full Lil Jon first day you got that power.
What?
Ah, ski, 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 ski.
Now, Pete,
Busting out the clit. That's crazy.
but
Busting out the clip.
That's crazy.
Why that sound like an album name? bro?
oh, did you see me in my head? Because
Busting
I'm
out
like,
the clip.
damn, that's a great comedy album title. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it is.
this on
I ain't
the
gonna
cover.
never use it.
Come on, Big
Yeah,
Baby.
we ineligible to use that one.
We
That's
gonna-
all you, fam.
That's all
You take busting out the clip with you.
Still a title named by. You still get your credits, man. Busting out the clip.
Busting out the clit.
Ding.
It's been
That's
that
the
type
name.
of night.
Give me.
I really need
That's
you-
the title of my volume 2. Little Big Problems. Busting out the clip.
Busting out the clit. There it is.
I
That's
need
gonna
that
get
to
a
be
bunch
a
of
whole
clicks.
ass bit for you. Just busting out the clip.
Busting out the clip.
Especially when you do that. In 20 years, I'm gonna be able to start making semen.
You
Bitch,
know
I'm
that
big
ain't my goddamn baby.
Busting out the clit, man. It ain't
That is
mine.
so
It ain't
funny.
mine.
Right on. We all thinking.
Yeah,
It's in there.
Busting out
Out
the
the clit.
I just picture you standing over some poor chick's face.
That is
in there,
hilarious.
though.
Because it still works the same.
Sure. Yeah, same way. Same way.
Just to let you know.
Plumbing
just take
is
a little
plumbing.
bit more guiding. You use yours, I use mine. I just got my skin. Like, go this way.
Put,
But I
put
can
tiny
aim it
little
pretty
scope
good.
on it.
I can
Little
I can
laser
stand up a
sight.
bit.
Yeah.
I stand up a bit
I've
all
seen
the
two
time.
women bump coochies while I watched, and I
It's
was like,
not
"That's
called bumping coochies.
that's what I call it."
He watched it. They
It's
might
not
have been.
bumping coochies.
What is it called? Scissoring?
That could be a term for it, but it's called having sex.
I call it hunching.
It's not hunching. Listen to me
In
tell you.
fairness, in fairness to him, when he have sex with a woman, he'd be like, "Yeah, just bump some coochie."
So let me tell you, you probably giving the woman one orgasm then with this.
You giving him one too many credit, but
He even said who.
Y'all got me fucked up to begin
So
with.
anyway, you probably just giving y'all
One.
one.
Shit. Okay.
So, but the multiple.
I gotta defend him. He ain't
it's in
built
the
like a
clip.
dude that can only give one orgasm.
Well, if
We
you're-
can't get
you know
away
what,
with that shit.
You're kind of heavy guy. I would honestly like use my stomach too. Like I would use my stomach to like rub against her clit while I'm penetrating her.
See, and that's the thing. I wouldn't use my stomach 'cause I wouldn't.
I don't know how to be a man, so I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like, it's some AI shit right here.
Or now when I used to use, I don't use them anymore, but when I used to use a dildo, the one that come with the balls, I would turn it upside down.
Yeah, let the ball.
So
Yeah,
the
I
balls
would
hit the-
I do positions like that while the ball's definitely slapping the clit. It's some fold them up. You know, on the side.
Roll him.
You fold a bitch on the side, right? You put that leg right here, right on your knees. And
Wait,
you
she's facing you.
no, she's
They're
on her
facing the
side.
leg.
She's facing the wall, or she's facing this way.
Wait a minute, wait. Y'all are facing each other.
I'm
but
on top of her.
It's like 69.
It's like missionary,
Okay.
but she's sideways.
Okay.
All right, put that one leg right here.
Okay.
That top leg right here.
Oh, I know this move.
And then come up
Interesting.
and drop. Nigga, I play football. I'm athletic. I can
That's
hold some
interesting.
shit.
Big
And
Baby
and them
has
balls
turned
slapping the
into
clip.
Cat Williams.
Fuck
Say it isn't so. Yeah, so what you got to do is some skinny man shit. First, my belly does not exist, so I take her leg.
So
Nigga,
you,
what?
man,
Nigga,
my
no.
stomach go all the way in, nigga. You see how far this go in, nigga?
I do see how far they go in, and
Your
and
stomach went all the way in.
Yeah.
It went all the way in. If
I
you
think
didn't-
y'all don't really want to picture how big my dick is.
I don't. I don't. Anytime men have this big dick conversation, I'd be like, I'm gonna buy one just for this conversation. I'd be like, your dick ain't bigger than mine. Now one of them. I don't care which one you choose.
Like we at K's trunk, man.
You, what that nigga say he had? Eight and a half. Let me see
You
what's
go to
in here.
cricket, nigga.
But let me tell you, some of them little toys should be doing the trick on the
Man,
ladies. I'd be like, I'm tired. You do the work.
I don't mind tag teaming a bitch with a toy. I don't care.
I want all of the allies for this
don't-
fight. I can
man.
get.
Damn right.
I summon everybody. Give me Agent Orange out the closet, bitch. Come on.
Right.
Where your batteries at? Let's put
Agent
some fresh ones in there.
Orange.
I'm finna fuck you. Me and Agent Orange finna fuck you.
I got an ex-
Was that the name of one of your ex's toys?
That hoe had like the little orange and white
Man, I
swirls
tried-
down it.
Man, I tried to hide my ex toy. She said, "Bitch, what the fuck is it?" I'm like, what are you talking about? Keisha, quit playing with me. I'm like, I'll just eat your pussy. And then afterwards, I'm like,
Bruh, there was one.
But
I suck
I've
with
only
sex with
judged
her.
one person for their sex toy. I literally I wouldn't even fuck the shit. I just left.
Yeah.
So we make it to her house. We get to her room. There's a dildo on the couch. I don't give a fuck about a dildo.
Right.
But it looked like a real dick. Unprompted, she says, they have this thing, you can take a mold of somebody's dick and they'll make you a dildo that looks like it exactly. Because that's my ex. I just love
Shout
how he
out to
fucks
Shirley.
me. You're not going to sit here and fuck yourself with your ex-boyfriend's artificial, replica dick.
That's crazy.
And be with me at the same time. You
I
need to
need-
get the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
over him.
I need to go do my pussy like
she
that.
shouldn't have told a story. That's what she shouldn't have
She
done.
should have just left that shit a mystery for. I didn't ask. I
That's
know
crazy.
better
I
than to
thought you
ask women questions in their
feel
bedroom.
weird touching it, using it on her now. You'd be like, ugh, this nigga dick in my hand.
This feels exactly too much like a dick in my hand. This is.
That's why I got to be Agent Orange.
This is one step.
That's why I got to be that little alien antenna thing.
Yeah, dude. Exactly what hers look like. It's just it's got it look like this. It look like this. With the little hook at the top. It's not really big, the bulb of it. It just look like this, and then you turn it on and then it do this.
Do that little shit there.
Like, this what you want, bitch.
Bruh.
I tag that nigga in every time I get.
Agent Orange, go to work. What if that nigga hit you back? You betcha.
Bruh, I was with one woman who needed 2 toys, a vibrator, and me to have an orgasm. Like, I'm literally.
Damn.
I'm like, I can't multitask like this. There's
Oh,
too
no.
much shit going on for my autism.
I couldn't fuck with that.
Even an autistic motherfucker, you know?
No.
I looked at her. I was like, I straight up told this woman, bro. I'm like, you don't even really need me here for this.
Motherfucker. Okay, never mind.
There's just nothing.
I was finna take that out too. I had to chill. I was finna go there too. You gonna have to blur out what I said at first.
We don't want no problems.
You gotta
We're
blur
going to
out
have to
that
make some
sound effect I
donations to
said.
charity after this episode.
Something on the spectrum.
Yeah, I sure said a
Man, they
little.
got a whole show called Dating on the Spectrum. So
Yeah,
You know,
they
they
doing
know
better
what
than
this
I'm
is.
doing, bro.
They
yeah.
know people are made fun of.
yeah,
Oh man, that shit.
I'm just trying different shit now on dating websites. Like, I've given up, trying to sell myself properly to women. Now, my dating profile is just my 5 saddest pictures and, that Sarah McLachlan song in the background. Like,
He turned it into MySpace.
I just turned myself into one of them stray puppies on the ASPCA commercials. Like, did you know, for just $1.23 a day, you can rescue a comic?
That shit like
that
a
is
video
hilarious.
game.
I'm
Rescue
hoping
a
it
comic.
might, at this point,
You need to build a website called Rescue a Comic. Any comedian has not dated in a year, please sign
Please,
up.
we need support.
Everybody in the
We're
line.
hungry and sad.
Al Freeman, get out of the line. I just want to see if these motherfuckers want to date me. Get your ass out the line.
That's all I will say about Aldi Freeman. I love him for all
Listen
the
to me,
gigs.
Hunts, and let me tell you something.
Fucking
Ben Daniels. No, it's no S on the end. Ben Daniels. I got this amazing show with, let me tell you something. I am Al Freeman. I've been in the business 20 some years. 30. Keisha.
42.
But he is established, though. He not lying about nothing.
He is.
You know, I don't exaggerate very often.
Right.
When I say if I had $1 for every time Al Freeman has sent fat black women porn to my inbox.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That's an old nigga.
You like
asked
that fat
for
black
it.
pussy, don't you?
No, I ain't asked for the shit.
mouth.
I keep every time he send it, I'm like, why the fuck do you send me this shit? He just don't answer.
Because he not supposed to be
Bro,
sending.
one time he booked me on this gig. He ain't tell me shit about the gig. I walk in the door. Is entirely black cocaine recovery center.
Oh, I've done that show
Yeah, I'm like, you ain't want it.
several times. How far along were you in your career? I was 7 years in.
I'm coming up on 5.
Yeah, that's 3 to 7 is when I
It's
got.
don't book me
I was
no
fine.
It was
I
coffee
did-
drinking all night long.
I
like
did
black
great
coffee.
there, but I just went up to him after. I'm like, you ain't want to mention any of this when you booked me for the shit. You couldn't even have like
Al
dropped a
Freeman.
word.
And Al D. Freeman, ever since I cooked him for booking me and Cornelius on the weekend, call it the Fat Boy Weekend. Put it on the flyer on the wall and everything. And I got on stage and flamed his ass so goddamn hard with them big ass Astro shoes with his name on them. And Scarface was in the crowd. And when I said I tore his ass off the boat, Aldi did not call me. Aldi saw me the next night. He was like, "You lucky you not Cornelius."
What does that mean? I want now. I need to know.
I mean, that's a generally true statement.
Man, the life of comedians, boy.
Man,
I know y'all roast me when I'm. Tell me some of the stuff y'all say.
I don't know if I've said it in front of you, but my favorite thing
I'm
I've
already
ever
like, wait a minute,
said
hold on.
is that you look like you came out of Build a Stud Workshop.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
I was like, I think I said that in front of you.
You told me that. People understood.
I ain't never roasted you, Key, at all. Like I ain't never had to like.
Ben had to really encourage me to do it that one time.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, just get that notch on your. I said, I don't roast. I'm too. I could take the jokes, but I was like, that was good.
Yeah. That's what you just gotta do, bro. You just gotta respect the craftsmanship. It's like rap battle, like battle rap. Them boys shake hands after every one.
They actually being funny in battle rap.
Yeah, and he like, I fucked your daughter and then killed your baby mama. And
Interesting.
Then went to your mama house and ate her leftovers, and then niggas shake hands and hug at the end. And I'd be like, it's just they just appreciate
Yeah,
the pen.
I totally. Yeah,
Bro,
it's
so-
another form of.
I told a
stand-up
grown
comedy,
man,
in my opinion.
you better not get too attached to your feet. And then he shook my hand 30 seconds
Got
later.
on J-Rock ass, man.
J-Rock.
J-Rock.
He in Houston, yeah.
Got his ass.
Right
boy.
on.
Lit his ass off the bone. He was like, this nigga stopped using you look like jokes. That nigga say, your teeth so fucked up you got to eat pussy through a straw.
He was doing
And it
street
sounded
jokes
just like that,
out
got
of format, and the crowd was just like, "Man."
I was like, damn,
You
Jay.
look like, there's still a few you look like. Okay, so there used to be this show on HBO when I was a teenager called Snaps.
I remember that.
And I'll never forget. What made me watch it was Alex Thomas. And Alex Thomas, I'll never forget what he said because I still be like, you want to hear your mama joke? And I tell his joke. And he was, at the time, we had phones that had cords. And he said, so somebody, your mama's so dumb, she stuck a phone card up her butt waiting for a booty call. That's what
fucking
made me
funny.
remember the show. He said, your mama's so dumb. And everybody says this one. They even put it in a snaps. It was a snap. It was a book for teenagers.
Yeah.
It had all the snaps from the show. And you could go, your mama so, you know.
Yeah.
And it was your mama so dumb she put lipstick on top of her head trying to make up her mind.
Yeah, that
Them
was man.
Them two come from Alex Thomas.
That's
You know-
funny as shit.
What movie was he in? Baps, where he was on the records going ha ha like with Ice. Was that? No. That was a movie
That was
with Ice Cube. Players Club.
Yeah, it was Players Club.
That's
Players
Players
Club.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
little guy that was in that.
he was in there with Cube.
Talking about Luke, him.
Yeah.
He was the one that made me watch it, and then now they show a lot of clips on social media.
See,
But
I
was
remember
like,
the Yo
damn.
Mama days with Wilma
couldn't do that.
Valderrama and all that shit.
Yeah,
I remember I didn't like the show, but I understood the show. It was like, all right, this is something I can watch. Because I used to roast
Okay.
at school all the time. We didn't talk about nobody's mama because that's fighting where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the top. You talk about me. I'm here. Don't talk about my sister, none of that shit. Once you get to talk about
That's why I
family
couldn't
people,
do it because I didn't know who not to talk about.
yeah, it was
And I had too many like things going on in my family. Like my mom wasn't there.
Yeah.
My uncle was paralyzed from
Shit
the
was
neck
too
down.
real.
My aunt was mentally challenged and handicapped. My other cousin was cockeyed. I'm like, they finna fuck me up.
to the party.
I'm gonna have to fight everybody. Yo, auntie, don't talk about my auntie. She mentally challenged and handicapped, bitch. Like, I'm like, yeah, she's both of them.
Man, she ain't never had to look for a parking spot, has she?
She didn't even know too. Like she listened. I said, Aunt Brenda. She said she had the mind. My mom said she has the mind of a 7-year-old, 8-year-old. I said, how far can you count? She said to 100. I said, oh, let me hear that. That sounds impressive. You know, I thought that was impressive. And you know how kids, when they're at that last number, when they're at that number right before the last one, they sing it.
Yeah.
Like 9, 10.
Yeah.
Right? So I knew she was coming to a close because she sung the number right before the last one. 47, 48, 49, 100. I was like, no. No, but I ain't finished. No, you didn't. I didn't get that. I said no. How many more I go? 51. You missed. It's okay though, but I knew what you meant. You know.
You actually missed more numbers than you got, but we're not even.
She said, "Fuck." I knew she was done. I was like, I know she. Well, we're just gonna go with. In your mind, it's okay.
High five.
But,
High five.
but when I was 10, I told y'all I'm working on this bit on stage. I called it. This is a true story. I called her having sex in the backyard.
Oh God, I can't.
I'm working
It
on
hurts my lungs to laugh at this joke.
Okay, I'm
because
listening.
I love this bit of yours so very
It's
much.
It's the truth. I was in the
Nothing
backyard
hangs
playing
in my
this
head more than your voice doing this joke. Like
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it on here.
Please.
But I ain't gonna do it on here. But I think you seen me do it where I talk about my mentally challenged aunt having sex in the backyard.
No, never heard.
Okay, so this is a true story, and we teased her like. So it's like 13 kids in this house growing up, and so she would it would like there's windows all around the kitchen, but she would leave all the windows up in the daytime and have the light on. So we would turn. She mentally challenged.
Yeah.
So she gotta have that light on, even though you can't even tell if the light's
On.
even on, you know. And so we would hit the light and go, "Oh, Leroy," because that's the noise she was making when she was having sex.
Oh, Leroy.
Oh, and then he was like, when I saw him, he was like jabbing the fuck out of her. Her tone never changed. I watched it, not because it was sex. I was like, what is this? And it never changed. And like because I was trying to remember to go tell somebody, so I kept going, "Oh, Leroy." Like I kept repeating what she was saying, and I'm like, "Let me try to keep this so I can go tell my brother this, so we can have something to laugh at." And I'm walking in the house, "Oh, Leroy." "Oh, Leroy." My sister said, "What you said?" I said, "Oh, Leroy." And just I could not get that shit. And so it became a thing. Every time my aunt would walk by, we would always go, "Oh, Leroy." We would do that. Y'all better leave me the fuck alone. "Oh, Leroy." That's how we teased my mentally challenged aunt. Like we bullied her, I guess. "Oh, Leroy. Y'all better, I'm gonna tell your mom come get y'all." "Oh, Leroy." We just never stopped.
Look, I ain't never told nobody this story before. I don't know what relation he is to me. It's my grandmother's brother.
That's your uncle.
No, my mom's brother would be
That's
my
your great uncle.
great uncle.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the one word I'm looking. My great uncle Bruce.
Okay.
Had Down syndrome.
Okay.
He lived to be like 73. He's one of the oldest living people in Texas before he
had
died
Down
that had
syndrome.
Down syndrome, like
Oh,
ever.
wow. He needs
But
a statue.
he was what I would describe as teachable.
Okay.
You could teach him something. He didn't know why he was doing them, but
Yeah.
you could teach him shit.
He said that like you ain't gonna believe the shit we told him.
We was an 8-year-old kid. Me
Tell
and my
what that look
cousin got an 8-year. We're 8-year-old kids,
Right.
and we got this grown man. We can make say anything.
Right.
So we spent the day teaching him how to put up the finger. All you heard in that bedroom to hold it, bro, you, bro,
Why you
you,
don't talk about this, man?
bro. So
That is
we teach him that
hilarious.
shit, and we think, oh, it's all good, it's hilarious. So we leave my grandmother's house. We come back the next day.
He done told his mom.
We gonna all go to lunch at Luby's in Galveston.
Okay.
Because at the time, like, that was our big Sunday
Yeah,
thing.
that's
We
Sunday
get
thing.
dressed up. My
Luby's still
grandma,
a big Sunday thing.
yeah, we'd get up dressed up after church. So like the Luby's is not in the nicest part of Galveston.
Okay.
It's summer. We in a car with no AC. We got the windows rolled down. There's a gang of like teenagers just on the corner, like
Oh, no.
drinking, smoking.
Cute.
It looked like a movie and shit. All of a sudden, Brucey in the back. Back you! Hey, you! Back you! Back you! My
They don't
mom
know.
looked back, sees them people. They start coming towards the car.
Oh, shit.
We're speeding down Broadway with
Oh, shit.
literally a
That's going
retarded
right.
man hanging half out the car, screaming "fuck you" all the way down Broadway. Almost got fucking killed,
He
bro.
knew what he was doing.
Oh,
Fuck you.
He
1,000.
knew what he
Bruce.
was doing, man.
Oh, I got one more Bruce story. Like, for the longest time, the only
Bruce,
thing
wow.
like he collected baseball cards.
Oh, shit.
Like from the time he was a little kid, he loved baseball cards. He spent hours in his room with his baseball cards. So some of the less kind members of my family, when he passed away, were immediately like, "Oh shit,
Giving them cards.
let me go find Bruce's cards in the attic."
Oh, that's crazy.
So-
Bruce probably hunting the hell out there.
Oh no, we knew exactly where the shit was. So we make them all go to my grandparents' house. We all
Mhm.
go up to the attic because we're gonna divide this shit up fairly, try
Yeah.
to keep the peace in the family. We open the very first plastic storage bin
Oh, wow.
of what is probably 50 big plastic storage of baseball cards.
Dang.
Every single one of them, every single card,
Mm-hmm.
he's taken and he's very carefully wrapped every single inch of it in duct tape.
Oh, wow.
He has destroyed every
card.
single fucking card. And watching the look on those people's faces when they realized they wasn't going to be able to make a dime off of him, I laughed so fucking
He
hard.
He was pretty smart.
He put them all in duct.
He's pretty smart.
I could hear him laughing from the afterlife. It was so fucking funny.
That's pretty damn smart. Nobody's getting this.
Nobody's getting his shit.
Shit. I'm like, did he look at it and go, "That was nice"?
For
Not to keep you
decades,
safe.
Oh my goodness! And the glue part on the face. So soon as you pull that shit off,
Just a big silver square. Can't see shit.
that is
That's
hilarious.
fucking crazy as shit.
That is like too, like he is smart. And for my last act, that is insane.
Watch this. That's crazy as hell how they did that though.
It's so wild, bro.
That's
I could not
crazy as
stop
fuck.
laughing.
Man, did they taste? I don't know if y'all know how long y'all been doing comedy.
I'm coming up on 5 years in May.
This
What
year's
is-
7 for me.
So y'all don't know this comedian named Alfred Rhodes. So before he passed away,
Oh, Allergy Roll.
no, Al Rhodes.
Oh, I thought you said
Alfred. I said Alfred.
Oh.
Before he passed away, we're like Blame the Comic, Derek Keener, Nephew Tommy, all of these comedians who life he has impacted or vice versa. It's at the weight, you know.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and this lady taps me on the shoulder. "You're Alfred's friend." I said, "Yeah, we do comedy together."
Yeah.
And she says, "You have a son?" I said, "Yes, I have a son." At the time, my son was only like 4. She says, "Yeah, Alfred told me so much about him." I said, "Yeah, Alfred, that was my buddy, man. Like me and you were friends, Ben." She says, "Yeah, Alfred said you made him so happy when you made him a father." I said, "Come again?"
What?
I said, "Come again? I've never even like hugged this dude." She said, "No, that's not how he explained it." She tapped somebody. "Didn't Alfred say that was his fiance?" I said, "Fiance? Blame."
Ma'am.
All the comics that were
Ma'am.
sitting on the row said, like that. And Blame was like, "Keisha, did Alfred, you can't even get this nigga back." Like,
That nigga gone.
he gone. He won. I was up.
Around.
Like, that's the one time I couldn't take a joke.
Yeah.
Because I can't get him back. So we leave. I was mad. I said, excuse me. And I get up and I'm walking out. Every comedian that's there is following me outside to laugh at me. They like, that nigga got one on you quick. They ain't even got his casket open. You can't even look at, you can't,
God
like, he left here going, gotcha, bitch. Like, what?
God damn.
Like, Blame, every time Blame see me, he goes, remember that time Alfred got that one up? And I'm like, man, fuck you, Blame.
God damn.
I didn't even, the next day, people were calling me, why aren't you at Alfred's funeral? I'm like, didn't need to go.
Yeah.
I was like, the hell? I don't go.
Bro.
Why would you do that?
Riding the big car shit.
Hilarious.
That is hilarious. I don't
That's
know how
funny.
to tell that on stage, but amongst comedians.
Amongst comments, that's so pure. Speaking of telling something, I don't think you've ever told this on stage, but you did tell it on my podcast.
Okay.
And like, I want whoever listens to this podcast to hear the story. Would you please indulge me and tell BigBaby Green the turtle tub story?
Oh, man. So I was dating this other comic, and she, I mean, she's not a looker. She's like, she's not the most beautiful. She's not unattractive. I'm not sure.
You want to hit it?
Not ever again.
No, I'm just talking about just in
Yeah, I was going
the
through
level.
some things. It was
Yeah.
right after the pandemic. Had to get back out there.
Yeah.
And so, but it wound up being a good thing. It started off as just like, hey, we just going to be like fucking, okay?
Yeah.
And then I started spending time with her, and I was like, oh, she's intelligent. And, oh, she knows how to make money.
Yeah.
Teach me, you know?
Yeah, right?
And so we became friends, and then, like, that was easy to do, be a friend with somebody who I'm also intimate with, and I could learn something about them. And I didn't even see her face anymore. I started seeing,
Just who she was.
yeah, who she is. And so, but it flipped, you know. But anyways, so I'm at her house, and I'm like, I'm tired of taking showers. I want to sit down and take because we damn near was living together. I said, I need to take a bath. Well, you could use the turtle tub. I'm like, those are snapping. I'm scared to touch them, so I say, but let me just use your tub. But she was supremely spiritual and was like, nah, you can't take a bath in my tub. But if you really want to take a bath, you have to use the turtle tub. And I'm like, well, come get these turtles out of here. I'm scared to touch them. That's what she would say. She would throw the food in there, and like that was it.
Wow. What the fuck?
I did it. I took a shot in the dark.
And there's like an extra restroom with turtles in the tub, literally living in water.
Mm-hmm.
That she's like, are these big turtles?
They have a tank too.
They're actual snapping turtles, or they red ear slider turtles?
They got the red dot on the side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those those motherfuckers get kind of big. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
had a couple of those.
Okay.
Why are you randomly a turtle expert, bro?
I
You
This
took
is
one
hilarious.
descriptive term and you're like, oh, that must be a red-jawed fucking... What in the actual reptile?
I have no idea. A
Because
turtle's a turtle.
because I lived a life where I
There's
was
two
a,
types of
I was
turtles.
a
Did you
husband
date-
Regular
a
and
child.
ninja.
I'm like, so you date
No,
the turtle
I was
tub,
married.
bitch.
I had children, and I've raised children, and I was a
Oh,
father
they like animals. Yeah.
who likes animals. I've had guinea pigs, iguanas.
Those are okay.
I've had snakes. I've had dogs.
Black people with guinea pigs. Hilarious.
Yeah, funny as hell. Funny as hell. Especially when one just drop a baby in the middle of the night. You
Because
just
in
like,
our mind, that's a rat.
that's a fucking rat with no tail.
You gonna bring a rat up in here after all the shit I went through in my
Man,
childhood?
When my son saw the motherfucker and was
They
like,
love them.
Daddy, I want this one fluffy motherfucker here. And he came home with the report card, and I was like,
Daddy had
fuck,
to go buy
I
them.
gotta go get it.
Pinky in the brain.
And he pulled his side of the deal. I gotta go get this goddamn thing. It was $35 for the guinea pig, but $286 for every fucking thing else that came with
the
it.
wheel and all that. Wait
The
a minute.
wheel, the big area play
They
pin
like
and
wheels
shit.
too, right?
And then they like, well, you can't just buy one. They're social animals. Da da da. They're crying. They did the womp 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 noise and shit.
That's crying.
Yeah, like the like that shit.
Oh,
When
I
they
didn't know
overly
that.
do that, it's crying. So I'm like,
Aw.
Okay,
Right.
bro.
I just learned something about guinea pig sadness. I didn't need to know shit.
Right,
See?
and I like comedians that get sad for anything. Oh, the guinea pigs get sad when they go when we bomb. Womp, womp,
Put
womp,
one at the
womp.
seat booth on the bar.
You bombed so hard, service animals felt it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, what if
I had
you
to be
bomb
working
and
at
here
4
come the
o'clock in the
guinea pig?
morning every morning. I was not dealing with that noise. So I bought 2,
Yeah.
put them in a corner in the crib, let them take care of them, and then all of a sudden they got tired of them. One had a baby. We sold them, and then we ended up with snakes and iguanas. And yeah,
Shit.
That's beautiful.
yeah.
We just ended on a very Animal Planet-esque note, but we just ran up on an hour, y'all.
Hey,
That was
this was
dope.
great.
That was hilarious.
That was dope.
That was great. Y'all want to do a proper ending so you can
Yeah,
edit
if
it?
you have any social media you would like to promote.
Yeah, I'm
any-
always on Facebook, Keisha Hunt, comedian Keisha Hunt, Threads, X, aka Twitter at Keisha Hunt, and of course Instagram at Keisha Hunt. I could do my email too, but
Keisha Hunt.
Book Keisha Hunt
book Keisha Hunt
at
yeah,
Gmail.
at Gmail, book Keisha Hunt at Gmail.
I pulled that. And shout out, I would have worn your hoodie in solidarity, but I wore your hoodie on You Look Like Friday night, so it's still
Awesome.
in the wash. But
Yeah.
I want
Right
you to
on,
know, like,
appreciate
it's getting support. I appreciate
There's
you
gonna be
making
some
a
good
hoodie
clips.
that goes with any pair of shoes.
Right, man, the shoes, yeah.
It's
Can't
very
keep some-
convenient.
I remember we kind of talked about wardrobe on the couch before during the
Yeah.
pandemic or something.
You
I'm
was
like-
the reason I stopped wearing miscellaneous shit and shifted to the hoodie and shoes.
Like I'm like, you keep some dope shoes. You was on the mission to. I was like, you got it now. You got to keep up. Hey, and you do. My God, hey, you do keep some nice ones on your feet and a nice hoodie too.
I don't need to win, you know. I ain't gotta have the flyest shit in the room. I just need to not be able to be ripped on for that.
Right.
I need people to have to go away from the easiest, most obvious thing
Yeah.
to the secondary thing. Because, like, I don't want you to just be able to not work for it and tag me out.
Right.
Like, oh, look at that white boy and then busted dirty-ass New Balance. Nuh-uh.
Right. Right.
You going to have to go a little harder than that.
Yeah, because that shoe game stay clean.
I do regret the hoodie decision
Okay.
from, like, April to November
Oh, right.
in
Right.
Texas. Like,
They
that
make
was-
T-shirt hoodies if you with that.
it's like, it's dumb, too, because
That's a
I
shirt.
wear hoodies, but I always roll the sleeves up, so I don't really
Oh.
need the sleeve portion of them. But it's like buying short
See if they'll
sleeve
make some
hoodies.
3/4 sleeve.
It's gonna take some adaptation for me to find something like
Right.
lightweight and comfortable, but it's like I still need this place for my hand. That
Well, I
ain't changed.
graduated from a whole female too,
Yo,
so you can get it.
I've
in.
seen several iterations of your onstage
Yeah.
persona.
I used to come on stage with workout gear when I first started.
I remember you back in Chad when you was just like denim jacket over denim pants with bandana, Keisha.
I still do the bandana, but now it's like, let me just. I feel like we go through transitions, like growth spurts, and so when you do that, your idea of who you are, you know who you are, but it's just a new part of you. It's a new skin.
It's a new switch. Like this is my 4th life.
Bro,
Like you just said that at the top of the show. Like you said, I'm just now coming out of it. I'm like, yeah, he had a transition. He about to power up.
It's about to, yeah. And when you, because every comic goes through the point where I say metaphor to the comedy journey. Like you get to a point where you just bitching and moaning. You
Yeah.
just, oh my God, you're
No,
uncomfortable.
You're not gonna get to that point.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten to that point. I don't
Nah,
want to.
I've done it. I've got to a point where the
I've bitched
room I
in
was in
my
was
before.
was was pissing me off. I was just like, oh, I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of being under this thumb. I'm trying to
I've
be,
done that.
and then it kind of, you have to understand why. And once you get to a point where you figure out the why, everything is going.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
like
All
that's
right.
the one
doubt.
good thing about being a junkie. And let me explain that to you.
Yeah, please do.
From the very first time I've ever touched a stage
Yeah.
and heard that first laugh and felt it to the night before last, I have never once performed without gratitude. And I know that because to me, this is a drug. And I've
Yeah.
never taken a hit that I wasn't grateful for.
Right.
I'm
Right.
always happy getting some form of high. And this is even the shittiest 4-person Wednesday night, middle of the week shows that nobody's paying attention to in the bars. It might not be the purest form of the drug.
Yeah.
It's still a little
So-
drug though, you know?
So what's the drug though? So like,
The laughter, man.
Is it?
It's
Well,
the
yeah, it's the
adrenaline.
laughter, but it's always the challenge first.
Yeah, it's
The challenge to me is the drug. Like I know, I'm never not like I wonder if, you know, like
Yeah.
I like if they would laugh at this.
right.
If not, I got this.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it's always the challenge. Like, oh, they
That
did
shit.
it. They laughed at it.
That shit there. Yeah, I like that shit too.
My drug for me is the validation.
Yeah.
Because I go home at the end of the
Okay.
night, and this is what I told myself for like the first year of it, while I was still trying to come and be sober and be like a decent person while
Yeah.
I was coming into this.
Yeah.
I may be a piece of shit, but I made happiness tonight.
Yeah.
And like that's the drug for me. It's like no matter what else is reflective of me, I at least balance that a little bit.
What
I
if-
put good into the universe tonight, and that's the fix for me. But
You just made me think about something. What if we got God all wrong? What if God is judging on everybody? You or yourself? Come in. But I killed 3 people. Were you true to yourself?
Yeah.
You know?
were you original?
Did you ask for forgiveness? Come on in. You know?
in,
Like, what if he
Ooh.
just judging you on if you were yourself or not?
Yeah.
Like I
Like,
hope
fuck the kindness, all of that shit. Were you mean, but
Were
was it you?
real?
I want it to be like a super random interpretation where you get up there and it's like all these things you thought were sins are forgiven, except I told y'all bitches no fish on Fridays. I was very clear about like
It was just one sausage link.
that shit. All right, yo, we coming up on time. Thank you for coming and doing
Thanks
this
for having
tonight.
me,
I had a
man. No-
blast. BigBaby Green, thank you for coming
Shit
in.
show every
Shout
time,
out to
man.
Will Loden coming back from Arkansas. Jay O'Neill producing. Y'all have a good night, everybody.